Good evening, comrades. Good evening, Denry South. Mama Labour. All right, that's the kind of energy we're talking about, because this tonight is our first ever Town Hall Tuesday for the year 2025. Let's give the Saint Lucia Labour Party a round of applause. Thank you very much. My name is Lisa Jawahir, and I will be your mistress of ceremonies this evening. To get the ball rolling, of course, we must invite the Almighty in everything that we do. We're kindly asking you to please stand as we ask Comrade Ishmael to bless us as we begin.
Good evening, brothers and sisters. Frères et sœurs, c'est un privilège pour nous venir ici au soir. Let's bow our heads as I open in a word of prayer. O most gracious Father and ever-living God, Lord, we give you all the thanks, the praise, the honor, the glory, the power, the might, the blessing. Lord, you are the awesome God, and we give you all the praise, Father. You alone has the authority, the ability, the capacity to do exceedingly abundantly above whatever we may ask or comprehend, according to the power that worketh in us. Lord, as we discuss the first meeting, we asking you, O God, that you would bless us, O God. We come against every spirit of schism, every spirit of pride, every spirit of arrogance, O God, every nepotism in the name of Jesus. We pray that everything that is said and done will give honor and glory unto your name. Lord, glorify your name in this place. May your name be glorified continually. We pray that you would bless us and give us divine direction. And we ask that in no other name but in the matchless name of Jesus. Glorify your name, and may your name be glorified continually. And we seek approval. In Jesus' name we pray thanksgiving. Hallelujah.
Thank you, Comrade Ishmael. Please remain standing for the national anthem of Saint Lucia. Thank you very much. You may be seated. Let me start off by saying that it is an honor and a privilege for us to be in Dennery South this evening. Today, Tuesday, we thought it was necessary to come to you first as we make our rounds across Saint Lucia, north, south, west, east, ministering to the people of Saint Lucia with our mandate of putting them first. And our theme as we move into what can be an election year, we'll wait till the boss rings that bell, we want to remind our supporters that we must move forward together. So our theme is moving forward together for more progress. Forward together for more progress. Let me hear you. Forward together for more progress. Say it one more time. Forward together for more progress. And why more progress, comrades? If you recall, within the first 100 days of this Phillip J. Pierre-led administration, this government achieved far much than any administration. And we have to say thank you to our prudent financial master, Honorable Phillip J. Pierre, for giving us that economic growth in 1 year. And tonight, you will hear from MPs. You will hear from the Parliamentary Representative of Denry South, Honorable Starbatch, Prospere, Alfred, Prospere, Dennery South in the building. That's right. And we want to welcome, of course, again, Prime Minister was here very early, so that says a lot. We mean business. Welcome to you, comrade political leader, Prime Minister of Saint Lucia, our 6-star general. Welcome to you, our first deputy leader, Honorable Dr. Ernest Hilaire, Parliamentary Representative for Dennery South. Of course, we have our second deputy political leader and your neighbor, Honorable Sean Edward, Parliamentary Rep for Dennery North. And of course, we're still in the South with the chairman of the Saint Lucia Labour Party, Honorable Moses Musa Jean-Baptiste. And of course, your parliamentary rep, Honorable Alfred Prospere. Thank you so much for inviting us to your beautiful constituency. We want to also acknowledge the presence of the one who makes it happen, the General Secretary of the Labour Party, Honorable Leo Clark. Of course, our legal officer, Attorney General is here, Mr. Leslie Mondesi. Speaker of the House of Assembly, Honorable Claudius Francis is here. Senators are present. Honorable Emma Hippolyte. Oh, wow, the South is representing. Yes, I see SLPWO, SLPYO is present. Various constituencies are here with us this evening, and we are grateful that you were here very early. We'll get the ball starting with the chairman of our party, our Minister for Health and Parliamentary Representative for Beaufort North, to get the ball rolling, Honorable Moses Jean-Baptiste.
My brothers and sisters, good night. Good night to all brothers and sisters from Denry South. And a while ago, Sister Lisa Jawaher introduced the head table, not the head table, but the round tables that we have here. Our political leader and Prime Minister, also officials of the party. But I wish to greet everyone inside of here tonight, but also I wish to greet everyone who has joined us on social media. Let's give them a round of applause. My brothers and my sisters, I'm here tonight to join my comrade, my brother, Alfred Prospere, the Honorable Alfred Prospere. I'm here to join who we know as Starbatch, and a man who fights for Denry South in the Cabinet of Ministers every single Monday. I'm here to join him tonight to say to you, the people of Denry South, and to the people of Saint Lucia, that we are delivering on our promises to the people of Saint Lucia, and we continue to put you first. And Starbatch, Alfred Prospere, continues to put the people of Denry South first, my brothers and sisters. We are delivering on our promises, and every single week, every single month, the Prime Minister demonstrates to the people of Saint Lucia that we are very serious about delivering on our promises. I'm sure you will hear tonight many speakers who will tell you about how we continue to try to deliver on our promises. Moi siwe ou kaitana chayoswea, ale kimanye Premier ministre Phillip J. Pierre avec cabinet là qu'a délivré à ces pommettes là qui nous te fait là nous te ka campagne. Combien pommettes nous fait? Nous garder les affaires santé, les affaires infrastructure, nous a gardé les affaires commerce, les affaires business, les affaires jeunes moun, les affaires grand moun, les affaires retirees, les affaires gens qui ni go business. Every single sector in Saint Lucia has felt the results of our work. And I want to give all those who continue to work hard with the government of Saint Lucia, whether they are public servants, whether they are in the constituencies, and everyone who continues to work with the government of Saint Lucia to ensure that we deliver on those promises. Let's give them a round of applause tonight, my brothers and sisters. We thank you very much. We thank you because we know you are not listening to those who tell you it is time to fight war. We thank you because we know you are sharing with us the dream of a better Saint Lucia. And we continue to deliver with the people, for the people, my brothers and sisters. In the area of healthcare, we continue to deliver for the people of Saint Lucia. I want you, my brothers and sisters, to picture July 2021. And for a moment, for a very brief moment, I want you to go back to July 2021. That was a time in the middle of the COVID-19 pandemic, the Delta variant. Unfortunately, people are getting sick, people are passing away, and the government of the day arresting you if you don't have a mask. The government of the day have police officers running behind you everywhere by Bassin Glow. The government of the day, have people in the respiratory hospital. They cannot communicate with their relatives. Difficult to get food to them. Difficult for them to know what's happening in the world. I want you to think of July 2021, when the government was forced earlier in the pandemic to move the Victoria Hospital to the Owen King EU Hospital without a proper transition plan. I want you to think about that. I want you to think of that time in July 2021, when every time we asked the Prime Minister questions, he would call us jackasses and barking dogs, and no one can tell the government what to do. That was July 2021. I want you to think about that and to understand where we are coming from. I want you to understand, my brothers and sisters, that the government at the time listened to no one. They listened to no doctors, no nurses, no one at all. I want you to think of July 2021 and think of the state of the St. Jude Hospital, when instead of completing the hospital, they decided to build an edifice. They lied to us and said it was almost finished, and they put pictures on Facebook, and they did something to the roof. Afterwards, we realized that there was no roof at all. I want you to think of that time. It was not so long ago. And we promised you that we would create a different health system in Saint Lucia. We knew that it was a difficult challenge. Nous savons tout partout en l'autre pays, Amérique, Angleterre, Canada, tout partout là ni difficulté à sortir. We knew that, but we promised that we would change the atmosphere in healthcare. And in the middle of all the difficulties, in the middle of all the challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic, we rolled our sleeves in the cabinet. We rolled up our sleeves with the help of doctors and nurses and ordinary St. Lucians, the firemen, the police, and everyone to change the situation with healthcare in this country. We went to the OKEU and we realized that the hospital was not transitioned properly. We realized even then that the structure of the buildings in the hospital had difficulty. We realized that the government did not even provide enough money in the budget for the transition from the Victoria Hospital to the Owen King EU Hospital. We went to the Victoria Hospital, the respiratory hospital, to find individuals not given the resources that are needed for proper care at the respiratory hospital. What did we do? What did we do? We went into the respiratory hospital. We worked with the telecommunications companies, and we caused there to be communication. We caused there to be Wi-Fi. We caused there to be means for the patients to communicate with their relatives, my brothers and sisters. We went in there and we worked with the doctors and the nurses, and we caused there to be new facilities that would have the doctors and the nurses to monitor the patients electronically at one central station. We went in there and we decided that we could not have sick people in a situation like that, and the Prime Minister decided that we need to institute what we call patient welfare assistance, my brothers and sisters. And we employed patient welfare assistants at the hospital to help those people, to cause their food to go to them. When relatives came to them, to cause the supplies to reach them, to cause there to be communication between the community and the patients, my brothers and sisters. We did not just stop there. From July 2021 up to the end of 2022, we were dealing with the COVID-19 pandemic, the Delta variant. So it was closing of the country, protocols. You saw me on television all the time. Some friends of mine said, oh my God, another protocol is coming. But as a government, we changed the laws to ensure that the laws were more humane and that the authorities treated people with more dignity. We were not arresting people everywhere because they didn't have masks or this without care. What we did, we caused there to be compassion with the dealing and treatment of COVID-19. And many people predicted a lot of things. The UWPs were saying that people would die in corridors everywhere, my brothers and sisters. They said, we have no expertise to deal with it. But we called on Saint Lucians. We called on Saint Lucians to assist us. And we called on Mr. Springer and his team. And we called on ordinary Saint Lucians to help us. And we dealt with that situation, my brothers and sisters. And we came out of COVID-19 suffering a lot, with a lot of pain, but we brought the country back to production and back to development, my brothers and sisters. We promised you in the campaign that we would institute universal health coverage. I heard the opposition saying there is no universal health coverage. What is universal health coverage? Magie. For decades, my brothers and sisters, since 2005, there are documents in the Ministry of Health and in the government which speak about universal health coverage. All kinds of studies and professionals and all kinds of people. And everybody knows what to do, but we know to do what we have to do, we need hundreds of millions of dollars. So what did we do? In the past, we instituted assistance for people with diabetes. So suit any diabetes, occasion we made free about dernier gouvernement Labour, Dr. Kenny Anthony, Yokuma Sisa. Mais la tenir un plan pour faire universal health coverage. Mais malheureusement, nous perdons l'élection. L'autre gouvernement venu, and when the other government came in, they stopped the program. When we came back to government between 2011 and 2016, more discussions. How are we going to do universal health coverage? By the time discussions are going on, nous perdons l'élection encore in 2016. When we campaigned, Honorable Phillip J. Pierre, Prime Minister, said, regardless of what happens, we are going to start universal health coverage as long as we win the government, my brothers and sisters. And so when I was made Minister for Health on the 6th of August 2021, my instructions were, start universal health coverage. I don't know how you're going to start it, Musa. Get your professionals together and bring benefits to the people of Saint Lucia. And so while we are talking about financing, how are we going to finance this $500 million project or so? Decades and decades and decades, the people are suffering. And we are taking 40 years to decide how to do it, and nobody ain't really doing it. So we say, we're starting it. The cabinet agreed we are going to have a universal health coverage unit in the ministry. Bam, universal health coverage unit. We agreed we are going to start small. Bam, we started with pregnant ladies with maternal and child care. Today in St. Lucia, any pregnant lady who wants the service, you go to the health center and you get all your ultrasounds, all your blood tests, free of charge. You go to the health center, you register, and you get a voucher. You're examined, you get a voucher, and your blood tests and ultrasounds are done in the private sector. So we partnered with the private sector. Those medical professionals who have labs and so on, Dr. King and all of them. We partnered with them, signed contracts with their businesses, and we are doing the tests with their businesses, with the hospitals, OKU and St. Jude. We are delivering on our promise to you. So while we are waiting for the complete universal health care package, we are delivering services, my brothers and sisters. I went to cabinet again, and my comrades in the cabinet, when I presented a paper from our doctors, Dr. Alicia Eugene Ford and her team, and the PS and the team, my comrades in cabinet said, great idea. We said, pregnant ladies, that's not enough. Our government decided that we are going for cervical cancer. And a new method of cervical cancer or testing cervical cancer was introduced. And today in St. Lucia, you can get this new method at our health centers, and you can get consultations free of charge, no cost to the people of St. Lucia, my brothers and sisters. We did not just stop there. The Prime Minister said we must go further because we do not yet have the whole package, but we want to deliver services. We said no, not just the ladies and the pregnant ladies. We are going for prostate cancer. And our government decided that we would fund prostate cancer examinations. We are going to add it to the men's clinic, and we are going to have PSA tests done without any cost to the men of St. Lucia, my brothers and sisters. So I encourage all men, as long as you are 35 years, go for your PSA test, because prostate cancer kills, unfortunately, many men in St. Lucia, my brothers and sisters. And we did not just stop there. We said, my brothers and sisters, that we are going to expand breast cancer screening. We are going to introduce all the machines in the primary care sector so that our people can have greater access to health care. We continued with the PBF program. And this program, funded by the World Bank, has spread in some pilot health centers around St. Lucia, giving additional numbers of St. Lucians medication. Let me give you a brief example. When we came into government in July of 2021, in the public sector, in the primary sector, we were giving 2,100 people free medication. Listen to me well. 2,100 people. And they can fact check it. Today, over 25,000 St. Lucians are getting free medication, my brothers and sisters. And this can be fact-checked. Because of the new programs, many more St. Lucians are getting free medication. We have expanded services at the health centers. We have provided new equipment, basic equipment at the primary care centers. And we are continuing to work on our hospitals. I cannot leave if I don't speak about our hospitals. The OKEU hospital, my brothers and sisters. The OKEU hospital started its functions in March of 2020. The last government was forced to transition the hospital from Victoria Hospital because of COVID-19. They came into government in 2016, and they waited and waited and waited and waited. Nothing at the hospital until COVID-19. It's like COVID-19 kicked them into the hospital. And when they went to the hospital, there was a transition plan by the last Labour government with Dr. Stephen King. They kicked that transition plan, and they went into the hospital without a proper transition plan. They went into the hospital without proper budgets. They went into the hospital without the proper resources. And so the difficulties, my brothers and sisters, with medication, there was about $9 million or so owed to suppliers of medication to that facility. And what did they do? Instead of investing our money into the OKEU, you know what the last Prime Minister did? He signed a contract for $25 million over 2 years to give to his friends and a company to do a consultancy at the OKEU, my brothers and sisters. I want you to listen to me. $25 million, Jean-Pays Saint Lucia, dernier premier ministre, leader flambeau, ici avec un grand immun Jean, consultant, pour faire consultancy à l'hôpital OKEU. Là, il a des problèmes avec gas line, là, il a des problèmes avec space, là, il n'y a pas assez space pour mettre les couches, là, il n'y a pas assez lait pour mettre les couches. But he signed a contract, listen to that, for $25 million of our money, which this Prime Minister had to take a loan when we came into government to pay, my brothers and sisters. So you can see the difficulties. But we did not cower. Since we came into government, this Prime Minister has increased the budget to the OKEU hospital. Right now, it's over $60-something million, my brothers and sisters. That's what we have done. Then the Prime Minister came in with all the difficulties and the challenges, with doctors saying of the difficulties, and some of them choosing not to renew their relationship with the hospital. We met them in the cabinet room before all of this, and Prime Minister asked, what can we do? Prime Minister, we need to do this at the hospital, that at the hospital. Prime Minister approved everything. $15 million was given to the hospital, my brothers and sisters. So if you have to compare which government is in the best interest of the people of Saint Lucia, it cannot be the other people. It has to be the Saint Lucia Labour Party, my brothers and sisters. And yes, of course, there are difficulties and challenges. Of course. There are difficulties and challenges. There are difficulties with enough. We don't have a number of our nurses. We need more nurses. Of course, we need more specialists. Of course, there are several things we are continuing to fix. But you can see we are delivering, my brothers and sisters. You can see clearly. You can compare us to them. When they are taking money and giving to their friends $25 million, Prime Minister is taking $15 million and giving to our hospital for our people, my brothers and sisters. That is the difference. When they were there and there were difficulties with the hospitals, instead of meeting everyone and solving the problems, they were cursing us. They were calling us dogs. They were calling us useless. When we have a problem today, Prime Minister Phillip J. Pierre calls everybody. He calls the doctors. He calls everybody. Let us solve these problems together. And so, my brothers and sisters, St. Jude Hospital is another example. And I can guarantee you that we are working diligently to deliver the St. Jude Hospital to the people of the South and the people of St. Lucia, my brothers and sisters. And very soon, before I say this, I'll take my seat soon. There's so much I want to tell you about health that I ain't even start yet. You know, Prime Minister always says to me, Minister, you know something? All of what they're saying about health in the media, the opposition, they're talking, they're saying all kind of things, they're demonstrating. They don't see you and I jumping up and fighting with them. You know why? Because the Prime Minister believes, we believe in the cabinet, and I believe when it comes to every sector, especially health, when people cry and they say there's a problem in the hospital, we are fighting politics with that. We roll up our sleeves and we get to the problem and we solve the problem. The time for us to fight with them on the platforms about healthcare is coming. In fact, that time has started. It's the records we have to show. Show me your record. I say to the Member of Parliament for Miku South, his Denry South Wellness Center. We have all the pictures of the state that he left the wellness center, the cupboards, and the cacao vet, and all of those things. We came in, we didn't quarrel, we didn't fight. We went to Denry South, we fixed the wellness center. And we called it the Lilia Haraxing Wellness Center, my brothers and sisters. From since when we were in government, in the Dr. Kenny Anthony administration, money was allocated to the Larishus Wellness Center after a fire, my brothers and sisters. The UWP government did not complete. They didn't do anything, according to Brother Sean. Not a bag of cement they burst by the Wellness Center, my brothers and sisters. The people were suffering. Quietly, Honorable Phillip J. Pierre said, you know something? We are going to deliver to the people of Denry North, because every single cabinet Monday, Honorable Sean Edward would talk about it, and Honorable Pierre said we are going to deliver it. Very soon, very soon, very soon, we will invite everybody to the grand opening. We have completed the refurbishment of the center. We are now finishing just the pavement on the outside, and we are equipping the Larishus Wellness Center with brand new equipment for the people of Denry North and for the people of Saint Lucia. My brothers and sisters, that is the difference between them and us. We're not quarreling about health in the media. We know there are problems in health. And every single day we get problems. Every day we get problems. We know there are problems in health. We know there are things we have to fix. But if you compare our commitment to the people of Saint Lucia and the actions, if you compare what we have done, not what we say we'll do, you know, what we have done, not woulda, coulda, if I was there I shoulda, woulda. They're all over the radio. If you hear him, we had an insurance card. Everybody should have an insurance policy for health. Ou te la passe 5 l'année ou pas fait. Ou te la passe 5 l'année ou pas fait. À présent, madame go qui go boude ka jwen bagay. Prostate cancer, nom qui a check prostate yo, ka jwen bagay. Tout qualité, cervical cancer. Et nous ka vinn ek pli. Diabetes, hypertension. 80 plus, they criticize it. Yo di, c'est moun an to gouan, c'est moun an presque mort, et c'est lè nou ka bay yo bagay. Bêtise. You start somewhere, my brothers and sisters. You use the people's money, but you start somewhere. We try, we see all the difficulty, there are challenges. Some people, sometimes they go, they don't get the medication, they come back, we try again. The difference between us and them, they took our people's money and they gave it to their friends. We are taking the people's money and we are giving it to our people, even though we try and we try and we try and we try again. So very likely in the budget, we are discussing it, my cabinet colleagues and Prime Minister, they are very interested in bringing down the age from the 80, my brothers and sisters. Bit by bit. So while they criticize us, we are working to fix the problems, my brothers and sisters. And that is the difference. Yo devant Castries Health Center, ek placard, placard, bring back the Castries Health Center. I said something at the Dr. Betty Wells Polyclinic. Mwen di yo, tout se flamboa qui vle aller à Castries Health Center, ko ite avant, vini, nou ka bay yo office free of charge. If you want to go in there, Josh or Rosh or Kosh, whoever he is, if you want to go in there, come and we will give you office space. You can rush and don't rush, whatever you want to do. Because my brothers and sisters, we have reports. We have reports, and the reports indicate that that building is unsafe. You cannot have workers, health workers inside there and patients inside of there. And the UWP had that report too. So they want us to keep our St. Lucians inside of the Castries Health Center building. If they want the building, I'll give them an office space in there. But they don't want to go in there, but they want us to put the people in there. Let me tell you finally what we did. Prime Minister and the cabinet said, listen, we are not going in there. From 2013, there's been a plan to change the Victoria Hospital into an urban polyclinic. From 2013, we are government of action. We said we are doing it. And even though we can't do everything one time, we are starting. We went in there, and if you go there now, we have the Dr. Betty Wells Polyclinic, my brothers and sisters. If you go there now, we have brand new equipment for the Saint Lucia Eye Center, which includes the Cuban Eye Clinic. And surgeries will begin shortly with brand new equipment, my brothers and sisters. And we have gutted the emergency where accident and emergency was. If you go there now, it's not if I shoulda, woulda, you know. You can go there now, tonight, and you can see it's gutted. We are going to have a brand new accident and emergency wing at that center, my brothers and sisters. So very soon, we are going to complete all of this work. We are going to cause the Dr. Winston Paris Medical Complex to function fully, and we are going to continue to bring services to the people of St. Lucia. At Grosile, we are adding a wing there. As you know, on Monday, work will start at the Grosile Center, and more work is happening at Denry. More work will happen with the CDB at the Denry Hospital to convert it into a 24-hour facility with additional services. At Ciceron, we are hoping that we will have a brand new facility after the studies are done. So all around St. Lucia, my brothers and sisters, we are working to deliver, and we are working to improve the services. My brothers and sisters, the farmers, I want you to hold strain. I was Minister for Agriculture. Hold strain. We have challenges with the oil, and the minister is working, he will tell you. He's working. Many of my farmers are affected also, and the minister is working with the cabinet to cause there to be relief and to cause there to be a positive impact where that is concerned. I want to thank you, my brothers and sisters. To all of you, thanks. The people of VF4 North who are here and who are watching, thank you. I thank you for your support. And we have only just begun. Nous just commencé. Pas parler pour les nous kay ouvert Saint Jude. Aïe, bon Dieu. Many on the moon New York ki di mwen yo zage had yo. Just di yo dat la bonne. Plane load. Masav si Dr. Ernest ile kaisa. Ni le airport. You went over pour buy sa. So we are going to deliver. But thank you very much, my brothers and sisters. Let us work. Let us work together. Take care of yourselves. Take care of yourselves. Eat right. Exercise. Drink water. Let's take care of ourselves, because this health thing is all of us. All of us. But the Saint Lucia Labour Party, its history and its record, it's very clear on health. And this administration will take health to higher heights. Thank you, my brothers and sisters.
Thank you. Let's give the Chairman and Minister for Health, Honorable Moses Jabatis, a round of applause. Excellent delivery, comrade. And this was just a snapshot. Can you imagine? Just a snapshot of what your government has been doing for health. And let me tell you, I take it personal, because there are over 3,700 persons who are at the age of 80 and older, including my grandmother and your grandmother too. So let me tell you, the Saint Lucia Labour Party cares for everyone, from the child, the unborn, to the 80 and older. Thank you, Honorable Moses Jabatis. We keep the ball rolling with your neighbor, our Minister for Education. And I have to say this, one thing I was particularly impressed by is that when school was about to open, if you recall, in 2021, our children had to work in a hybrid system. And the first person, when you turned on your television on news that night when school opened, it was Honorable Sean Edward. He was on the ground visiting every school to ensure that school started on time. But he'll tell you so much about it and his achievements in his ministry and his constituency. Put your hands together for our second deputy leader, Honorable Sean Edward.
Thank you very much, Senator Jawahir, the best chairperson for any political activity, the best lady chairperson anywhere in the Caribbean. Permit me to acknowledge the presence of the political leader of the Saint Lucia Labour Party and the Prime Minister of Saint Lucia, the Honorable Phillip J. Pierre. First Deputy Political Leader, Deputy Prime Minister, the Honorable Dr. Ernest Hilaire. Chairman of our great party, and the chairman was in fine form tonight. And I'll tell you something you probably don't know about the politics. When you are part of a lineup to speak, and the persons who go before you do so well, you begin to doubt yourself and ask whether you really want to take the mic. I think Chairman Moses Jean-Baptiste was particularly brilliant tonight, and he deserves another round of applause. I'd like to acknowledge the presence of the Parliamentary Representative for Denry South, my neighbor, the Minister for Agriculture, the Honorable Alfred Starbatch Prospere. Cabinet and parliamentary colleagues, executive members of the Saint Lucia Labour Party, National Council members, Attorney General, Speaker of the House, executive members of the Denry North constituency group who are here tonight to support the Labour Party and their parliamentary rep. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen in Denry and those who have joined us virtually, good evening. I am extremely happy to be in Dennery South tonight. I am happy to be part of tonight's lineup. And I'm extremely happy to be part of a cabinet that is led by the Honorable Phillip J. Pierre. I am happy to be Labour, and I am happy to be a member of the best performing government in the Eastern Caribbean. I am part of a working government, and in 3.5 years, we have delivered to the people of Saint Lucia. And my brothers and sisters, we are ably led by arguably the best Prime Minister there is on the regional landscape today. And so I invite you to give the government of the Saint Lucia Labour Party a resounding round of applause. To my colleagues from Denry South, let me remind you that when you voted in July 2021 for Alfred Starbatch Prospere, Phillip J. Pierre and the Saint Lucia Labour Party, you made a telling contribution to the forward march of our country. And you ought to be proud of your rep, Alfred Starbatch Prospere. And you heard it from Moses Jean-Baptiste, that when Minister Prospere comes to the cabinet on a Monday morning, he comes to advance the cause of the farmers of this country, and very importantly, he comes to advance the cause of the people from Dennery South. And I've heard people criticize the minister unfairly. People have come to me to tell me that I need to check on my colleague Starbatch Prospere. And when I sit with the minister and he provides evidence of what he has done in this constituency, the minister deserves nothing less than applause and admiration. And come the next general election, whether it is called on a Monday or on a Friday or even on a weekend, Denry North and Denry South will return to the Saint Lucia Labour Party. And I've said to Starbatch that I'm not even driving to Castries on the day when we'll be sworn into cabinet. I want him to pick me up in the valley on his way down. That is how confident I am of a victory for the Labour Party in the 2 Denry seats. My brothers and sisters, our government has delivered. We are in 2025, and the Labour Party is changing gears. And I've said to my folks in Dennery North that we are no longer protecting the victory, but we are working to secure the next victory. We are working to secure the next victory in healthcare. And you heard the elaborate report presented by the Honorable Moses Jean-Baptiste. And there's so much more that the minister could have said. But because of time, he had to truncate his presentation. But we should not underestimate the United Workers' Party and their nastiness. And I've been in politics since 2011. I taught at the secondary school less than 100 yards from here. And I transitioned to be a candidate for the Labour Party in 2011. And I can tell you, when you are in opposition, as I've been before, after 2 years, you should be in a position where you can see a path to victory. But we are in year 4, and the United Workers' Party cannot see any sign of victory. They cannot contest any policy position, and so they've decided that the best way to move forward is to launch vile and nasty attacks on the ministers and supporters of the Labour Party. Devoid of plans. Yo pas ni pièce plan, parti sans plan. They are desperate, and as I indicated, there can be no policy contest with them. But my brothers and sisters, we will not take them lightly. We will refute the nonsense that they put out there for public consumption. We will continue to work in our respective ministries, and we will continue to govern Saint Lucia in a manner where, when we took over from them, we were able to restore dignity and pride to governance in this country. I was watching a piece on social media, and a United Workers' Party member who lost his seat in the last election shamelessly, pani pièce honteuse, he wants to chide the Saint Lucia Labour Party for work being done on St. Jude. When St. Jude got burnt, the Honorable Stevenson King was the Prime Minister. He immediately started reconstruction of the hospital. The Saint Lucia Labour Party came into government, and Dr. Anthony continued the work that was started by Stevenson King. And in came Alan Chasney. He did not take 3 weeks, to say, well, look, let me have a look at what is happening, and then I'll make a decision. 3 years. 3 years. He did not drive a single nail at St. Jude. But let me realize, election ka vini, ek I ka panic, I kouye me an go building la, ek I me bay doy, kay kwene moun pou fe moun kwe la ni l'hôpital. And di dan sa kwez. Nothing trying to bluff the people of St. Lucia. And you telling me, in 2025, when people are more enlightened than ever before, Alan Chasney and his bunch of failures want to present themselves as an alternative to this group of men and women led by arguably the best performing Prime Minister in the region? We cannot allow that to happen. We cannot allow that to happen. And our government, as I indicated, has delivered for the people of this country. A government must be sensitive to the plight of people, irrespective of your station in life. Gouvernement supposé travailler by moun qui ja fait bien by koyo. Moun qui ni go business, moun qui wish et ka même dile gouvernement ni pour jouer dans manière pour qui malheureux et puis moun qui pas ni en chay, ça still taper koyo confortable en même pays ça. That is why our government gave the tax break to the business community. Today, as we speak, and that is not for me to say, I'm sure the Prime Minister will touch on it, but the Minister for Investment is not speaking tonight. so I can afford to borrow some lines from previous presentations he has made. We have created what we call an enabling environment for investors. Hotel after hotel after hotel is being constructed in this country as we speak. The country, there is a buzz in the country. Businesses are flourishing. People are happy in this country today because they are feeling the impact of economic growth. But you have some other people, as I told you, who have no plans, but they want to make you believe that Saint Lucia is in dire straits. And that is why we should not take their nastiness lightly, my brothers and sisters. And it's not just up to the ministers in the cabinet or the parliamentarians in parliament, but every one of you in here tonight, and those listening online, we all have a responsibility. As I indicated, not only to protect the victory of the last election, but to secure the next one for the good of our country, for the children of tomorrow. And what about education? There is a revolution happening in this country when it comes to education. And I remember when the Honorable Phillip J. Pierre appointed me to be the Minister for Education. I went into the ministry along with Dr. Pauline Antoine Prospere. And we had a responsibility to 26,000 school children in this country to ensure that whatever we did, we were giving them the best possible educational experience so that they can realize their potential, realize their dreams, and become the professionals that they want to be. And you heard Sister Jawahir earlier when she mentioned that the children of Saint Lucia were left behind because the Saint Lucia Labour Party under Dr. Kenny Anthony instituted a laptop program. But when Alan Chasney and his team came in, that program was derailed. And remember the very infamous statement when somebody was questioning the value of a laptop program. And let me tell you about a laptop, my brothers and sisters. A laptop computer, 15 years ago, si a ti mama yi vini dans l'école et puis un laptop, ou savent ça si a ti mama yi qui sorti dans kay koyoni l'argent. But in 2025, when a child comes with a laptop, it is no longer a luxury item. It is a necessary instructional tool. So that that child, whether he's from Labrie, or she's from Babono, or she's from Gayabois, we are putting that child on the same plane as his or her counterparts in Germany, Japan, and other parts of the world. And today I can report here tonight, as we speak, compliments the Phillip J. Pierre administration. Every single child in every secondary school in Saint Lucia has a laptop computer. We did not rent it to them. We did not loan it to them. It is theirs to keep so that we can enhance the learning process between student and teacher. My brothers and sisters, we all know that around October, November, parents are scampering looking for money to pay CXC fees. This Prime Minister, in his wisdom, when he came in, he said that he is paying CXC fees for mathematics and English, two compulsory subjects for children in Form 5 at the public secondary school. And the Prime Minister has said before that it is his intention to pay CXC fees for students in the public school system for more subjects other than just math and English. Parents were being asked to pay facilities fees. We have taken care of that on behalf of the parents of this country. And as we speak, roughly $25 million is being spent to upgrade the physical infrastructure for schools around the country. And I remember very clearly my cabinet colleague, the Honorable Joachim Henry, he said to me that he went to the Enchibo Secondary School. And I don't think Joachim is as young as Jeremiah, no, but you know how long ago that he attended that school? And the school, when we came in, was in a dilapidated state. We secured through the Afri-Exim Bank $7 million to build a new wing at the Enchibo Secondary School for the children at that school. We have extended the Sir Alfred Louis Community College in the South for persons in the South who want to access tertiary education. A new block is being built at the Grenadier Secondary School. A brand new block is being built at the Pierre Combined School. And at the Plainview School in Beaufort South, an entirely new modern block is also being constructed. And repairs are being done on scores of schools in the country as we speak. My brothers and sisters, you must have heard of the TVET program in the Ministry of Education. Nous ni à cette lycée pour le moment à pipoué 22 l'école secondaire. Et quand moi aller l'école secondaire, form 1, form 2, form 3, form 4 et puis form 5. Et quand là arrivé form 5, yo ka matcher ça nous ka créer CSEC ou CXC. Et quand chaque c'est pas mal là ka sorti en l'école ça et yo pas quand même sorti et puis 4 et puis 3 CG. Pour ça nous ka créer subject. Nous a décidé that pour faire qui nous fait primaire passer ça c'est maman là qui a fait l'école ça là. Nous prenons 4 l'écoles secondaires. Grand Rivière Secondary School à Mabouya Valley. John Odlum Secondary School à Marigot. Angers Secondary School à Denry South et puis Pierre Secondary School à Choiseul. Et nous transformons en ça nous créé TVET Institute. Comment mai ça aller à l'école ça là pour apprendre l'État. So that les gens qui quittent l'école, ils ne pas pour dépendre du gouvernement pour travailler. Mais ils ça travail by koyo et que ça juste by moun qui même la GPO travail. So a child who graduates from one of the 4 TVET institutes is ready for immersion into the world of work. And we are beginning to send them out. And we are already receiving positive feedback from industry partners because they are so impressed with the quality of students that we are producing at the TVET institutes. So my brothers and sisters, your government is working in education. And then we come to 1 university graduate per household. L'année combien d'heures ici à Oswea qui parle à l'école? You never went to university, but you have a dream that one day your grandchild and your great-grandchild will access university education so they can become the professionals they want to be. And that sits well with the philosophy of the Labour Party. And since coming into office, we have provided approximately 1,500 higher education opportunities to the people of Saint Lucia. So tonight, if you go to Hungary in Europe, you will find young St. Lucians studying complements the government of St. Lucia. If you go to Morocco, you will find young St. Lucians there studying tonight to realize their dreams. If you go to Indonesia, Serbia, Cuba, Taiwan, our students are in those countries pursuing education so that one day they can come back to St. Lucia. They can raise the profile of the families from which they came. They can raise the profile of the community, and ultimately they will make telling contributions to the advancement of St. Lucia as a small island developing state. And that's not all. We do more than scholarships in relation to 1 university graduate per household. We realize that in places like Denry South, Lakai, Lime, Green Mountain, people are occupying lands for which they have no title. Moun fe kay en l'état, yo pas même ni papier terre. Et quand ce kay ça cost $500,000, $500,000, mais yo pas ça aller en banque là, et servi kay ça pour prendre loan pour voir issue l'école. Vous savez qui ça nous fait? We guaranteed $3 million at the St. Lucia Development Bank so that the children of ordinary St. Lucians, for want of a better expression, can go and sit with a loans officer. Et pas pis maman yo pas ni terre et pas ni bagay, mais ça joindre l'argent pour aller l'école et pour une éducation. And in this 1 university graduate per household, you must have heard of the first generation scholarship program. L'année famille en cette lycée, que tout moun famille, maman, papa, et puis toi ishiojni, tout à l'université. Et l'année l'autre famille, ko pièce moun. Même si c'est maman la mouche yo, ça fait work yo. Even if the children have demonstrated from early that they have the aptitude and the ability, they will never get to go to university because their parents do not have the means. This Prime Minister, he sat with Mark Jerome, the president of Monroe University, and they agreed that every academic year, 50 young St. Lucians will access university education at Monroe at no cost to the child or the family. And there's nothing more gratifying. And here back about please satisfaction. Parce que là, je viens un text message to tell you thanks for the opportunity. Ask the Prime Minister, tell the Prime Minister thanks because I have completed and I'm graduating at the next ceremony. That is what we are about. We will fix the roads. We will build the schools. We will improve the health facilities. But we understand that there is a nice balance to be struck between infrastructure development and training and people development. That is what the Saint Lucia Labour Party is all about. The Honorable Moses Baptiste mentioned briefly, and I'm sure Minister Prospere will speak about it at length, the situation with the banana industry. Moi toujours dit, depuis moi au Parlement, that moi qui supporte pièce démarche, pièce gouvernement qui prend pour aider la situation fique. Mais pour le moment, là, il y a une situation. Et que nous pas faire. Nous pas jamais dit la pani faute qu'on nous croit la ni faute. It pains me. Herman Harper is from Dennery South. This is where I live. And when it comes to farm husbandry, his is just about the best banana farm you can find anywhere in this country. But last week he sent me a video showing that he had to be cutting bunches and take them to the ground. I empathize with him. But you know what? I can say here tonight, as part of a Phillip J. Pierre-led administration, that soon from today, I am certain the Prime Minister will come with a measure to ensure that the farmers are adequately compensated for their things. So, to the farmers who are here, I see many of you from my constituency. I see from Did I say something I shouldn't have said? The applause was for the farmers. So, my brothers and sisters, as I indicated earlier, do not take the nastiness of the UWP lightly. Stand in solidarity with your parliamentary representative. Continue to work to secure the next victory. Because even if you engage in a thorough search of this country today, there is no better group of individuals to preside over the affairs of this country than the current cabinet led by the Honorable Phillip J. Pierre. And even if we are attacked individually or as a collective, with you standing in solidarity with us, there will be one highway to victory. The Saint Lucia Labour Party will be returned to office. Phillip J. Pierre will be the Prime Minister again, and we will continue to discharge our duties to the people of this country. Long live the Saint Lucia Labour Party. Long live our Prime Minister and political leader, the Honorable Phillip J. Pierre. Thank you, brothers and sisters. Enjoy the rest of the proceedings.
Let me tell you, Denry came prepared tonight. Let's give our second deputy political leader, Honorable Sean Edward, another round of applause. Our Minister for Education. And let me tell you, the Saint Lucia Labour Party always believes in the fundamental principles. And even our own Nobel laureate, Sir William Arthur Lewis, said, the fundamental cure for poverty is knowledge. And we are doing our best to cure poverty in Saint Lucia by bringing education to our people. We get ready for the screen, and we get ready to hear from the Parliamentary Representative for Denry South, the one who has invited us here. And comrades, I want us to pay particular attention to what he has to say tonight. Because let me tell you, if you did not think we were under attack by lies, deceit, misinformation, disinformation as the agenda of the opposition, I want you to understand that this is what they are about. Because all we do is work for the people, and they cannot. I see them on Facebook talking about economy decline and agriculture decline and this, and they talk about times during a hurricane, you know, a natural disaster that we have absolutely no control over, and they blame the government. Just ridiculous and insensitive. But our Minister for Agriculture will ensure he presents to us. And as he gets ready, we want to also say a special good evening to Honorable Dr. Pauline. You are in the house. We have Honorable Joachim Henry, Honorable Dr. Virginia Albert Poyot. We have the Deputy Chair of the party, Brother Willius. We have Sister Sharon Ephraim, our President of the Saint Lucia Women's Organization. And of course, can I help you? Is here. Honorable Richard Frederick has just joined us. Let me tell you, we have a packed house. And just by show of the number of members of cabinet who are present in Dennery South, it says to you that we care. And we are here to debunk those lies. So let us welcome the Parliamentary Representative for Dennery South, the one who keeps on smiling despite the odds. Despite the odds, we want our comrades, Honorable Richard Frederick, we have a seat for you in front. And the next voice you will hear is that of Honorable Alfred Starbatch Prospere. Put your hands together for our Minister for Agriculture, Honorable Prospere.
Thank you very much, Senator. Welcome, Honorable Richard Frederick. Thank you very much, Senator. Let me first recognize the Honorable Prime Minister Phillip J. Pierre, my cabinet colleagues, the Chairman of the General Secretary, other members of the Executive of the Saint Lucia Labour Party. Special recognition to my good friend, Honorable Emma Hippolyte. And Speaker of the House, Claudius Francis, my constituents, other persons from outside of Denry South, I want to say a special welcome to all of you to Denry South. I must say that I have been wondering why, for the second time, when we have Town Hall Tuesday, Denry has been the first constituency to be selected. And I want to ask the Prime Minister to tell us when he's going to speak, why is Dennery so important to start off with our Town Hall Tuesdays? But I want to say I am proud, since I became the Minister for Agriculture, to be part of an excellent team of members of cabinet led by the Prime Minister. Since July 2021, our government, this government led by the Prime Minister, Honorable Phillip J. Pierre, has delivered to the people of Saint Lucia. And I know we will continue to deliver on our promises made, because this government is a government about putting people first. And we've demonstrated that as a government since we came in 2021. But having listened to the Minister for Health spoke about his sector, and the Minister for Education, where he focused on education, my role today will be to let the people of Denry South know what has Alfred Prospere done in the last 3.5 years. And of course, I will touch a little on my ministry, the Ministry of Agriculture. C'est Jean tout partout a dit, yo poko wè ki sa ki Jean fait at Dennery South. And you know when that is being said, it is being said by members of the other side. And that is only to discourage you, the supporters of the Saint Lucia Labour Party, and more specifically, the Denry South constituents. But I want to assure you that whenever the Prime Minister calls the next general election, Denry South will remain in this government. I want to assure you that. I want to assure you, for those who may be concerned and are hearing all the talk, I want to say again, have no fear, because Denry South will remain with Labour anytime the next general election is called. So I want to ask you to focus your attention to the screen. And you see this man with this nice smile? The people of Denry South love him. Love him. So I want to just turn your attention to just have a look at some of the achievements for Denry South. And I just want to ask Honorable Minister Sean Edward to just move a little because, yes. Denry South is known as the small constituency in Saint Lucia. Our voter population is about 5,500, but we have numerous challenges in this constituency. And it stems from poverty, high unemployment, degradation of the, or deterioration of the public buildings, some bad roads, a number of challenges. And when I came in as the parliamentary rep, I thought it was necessary to take stock of some of those concerns and challenges that we face in Denry. And I also had to look at the importance of the infrastructural component, but also the social aspects. So the persons who come for assistance, for burial, for medical, for education, for housing, and a number of other areas. I had to strike a balance as to which is more important. Which is more important? And on a Wednesday when I'm in this constituency and I sit in this small room with my constituents, no one knows what they discuss with me. No one knows what they discuss with me. But I find myself sometimes having to listen to some of the concerns. And some of the concerns, most of the concerns are genuine. And when I leave the office on a Wednesday, I have to take a decision as to whether I will focus on a road that I promised the people of Green Mountain or Lakai or Lime, or instead focus on whether I should work towards saving somebody's life. So when people speak and they say that Mawa Yenka fed at Dennery South in terms of infrastructure, I am confident, I am proud that a lot of the social aspects with regards to this constituency, they are being addressed in a very, very, very good way by this parliamentary representative. Next slide. Next slide. No, you started. Come on, my yes, go to the top now. You're going all the way back to the front. Go to the start. It's small, but it's very effective. Dexter. And in terms, I just want to browse through it. When situations where people come to you and they ask for support, and just look at the burial assistance that we provide. A number of persons come to the constituency office and they ask for assistance with burying their loved ones, and we provide that level of support. Next slide. Domestic assistance to families, assistance with utility bills, small contracts, unblocking culverts, assistance with daycare fees, food supplies. Over 300 persons have benefited from this constituency, and that's under my CDP. Now, for those persons who think that we have a lot of CDP, we get an allocation every quarter, and we have to use it wisely. Wisely, and I'm seeing the PM watching. I have to be careful what I say, because he has this pen that if I say anything wrong, he might cut it or reduce my CDP, so I'll be careful what I say. School assistance, every year we get an allocation to assist parents with school supplies, payments for, to purchase uniforms and shoes, etc. And just last year, we had over 200 persons who benefited from that. Medical assistance is something that, you have a number of persons who have to undergo surgery, they need a pair of glasses, they need to do a scan. We provide support to a number of persons in that area. Small infrastructure projects like road improvements. We know that for 15 years before we came into government, we had an MP, and whilst he did some work, but we still found ourselves having a number of tracks and footpaths that are just in a deplorable state, and I had to go in and ensure that we upgrade those facilities so that people can be more comfortable in terms of moving from their homes to wherever. And that is one that you saw that is next to the Denry Preschool, going towards the Denry Clinton Mason School. We just upgraded this footpath. This one is in Lakai, the nursery road in Lakai. This one is Green Mountain, sorry. This is the Green Mountain Road where Velda lives. And this road has been in a deplorable state. And just recently, we upgraded the road. I'm just showing you this so that you can see some of the areas that were in a very, very bad state. But we have done work to be able to improve those footpaths in those areas. And this is, for those persons who may not know, that is an area in La Pointe called Vietnam. They had a major drainage problem in that area. And very early we came in and we put in some drainage and drainage infrastructure to address the problem. That is the same area in Vietnam. The fishing port, I'm sure you would know, for many years, it has been in a very dilapidated state. And I believe, as the Minister for Agriculture, an infrastructure like that should not be in that state. And so we came in through my ministry and my CDP, and we did some major upgrades to this facility. So I want to just show you what it's like before and what it is like now. But you're going to see a short video of what has happened since we came into office. So this is where the stalls, the people purchase the fish, and the fish cleaning is done. But in addition to what you've seen there, we upgraded the drainage, we improved the lighting, we installed new areas for the moorings, for the parking of the boats, etc. And we are now in the process of fencing the entire facility. We are hoping that this contract or this work will start in the next few weeks. The Lakai Deka facility, that was built by the Saint Lucia Labour Party in 1997. And for 15 years after, nothing was done to this facility. And so very early in 2022, I decided that where children go, you're talking about the future of our young people's education, and we did an upgrade to the tune of more than $200,000 to upgrade the Lakai daycare facility. Vending booths constructed along the high street because we have a number of persons who are vending on the fishing port and in close proximity to the fishing port. So we constructed 3 vending booths. And in this year, we are going to construct another 3 more vending booths to remove those persons who are illegally occupying lands near the fishing port to be able to generate some economic activity in Denry South. This is the cricket facility. We know the dilapidated state it was in, and we also did some work to upgrade it to make it more comfortable for the sporting persons when they. Recently, we just started work to improve our cemetery because this is an important part of the community. This is where our loved ones are put to rest, and we are doing an upgrade of the facility. Now, this is what we found. Now, I know my minister, especially my Minister of Education, I will not tell you the joke that he's been making with regards to some of the houses that we are building in Denver. But this is what we found when I came in. Just imagine somebody staying in a galvanized house in the dry season for someone to be staying in a house that is all galvanized. Just imagine the amount of heat in that area, this people will be experiencing. You know, all of that, this is what people were staying in. But we came in under the housing program and we constructed nice, lovely houses for those persons. So under the housing program, we have really helped a number of persons, and what we did, we constructed some new buildings, but we also gave assistance in terms of materials like galvanized plywood, cement, and blocks to almost 100 persons in Denry South under that program. Well, I don't want to go into all of those details, but I just wanted to give you a synopsis of what we've been doing so far. There is a lot more that was done that was not highlighted there, but I just want to say that a lot of the challenges, a lot of the issues with regards to housing, medical, and so on, we are actually dealing with those issues. So the fish fiesta, for those who used to come or knows the Saturday night fish fiesta on what we call the SAB, we've secured through the community tourism project a sum of 1.7 million EC dollars to upgrade the facility. 1.7 million EC dollars. Yeah, not CDP. And so we are waiting on approvals from health and environmental, engineering and electrical to really get this project started. I'm hoping that this project can start before March. And we can create a new ambience, a new, area that can really get people to come back to Denry to enjoy what we have to offer on the tab. Go ahead. The multipurpose center. I know this is a major concern for our people in Denry. And the Prime Minister that we have is a Prime Minister who cares, and he understands that. And I have been given the indication that the funds are available to commence work on the multipurpose center as soon as possible. I just want to end by saying that our government, the mantra has always been putting people first. And as a government, we have delivered on that, and we will continue to deliver in areas of agriculture, health, education, etc. But I just want to take you to my ministry. And when I was given this ministry, I was wondering why me. I kept wondering why me. But this Ministry of Agriculture, Fisheries, Food Security and Rural Development is a very critical, very important ministry because this is what had caused us to eat on a daily basis. But there were many challenges when I got into the ministry. But I must say, and I'm sure you will agree with me, that there has been no other government that has done so much for the Ministry of for the farmers and fishers of Saint Lucia. We delivered on fertilizer, lime, farm labor, seeds, weedicides, water tanks, and a number of other support that we've given to our farmers. But unfortunately, something happened, and it is a it caused me to lose quite a bit of sleep. Because July 17th, 2024, we made our first request in the US for a container of oil totaling 6,300 gallons of oil. That's in July 2024. On September 2026, under what we call the CIRC, a World Bank program, September 2024, sorry. And we made a request for 11 containers of the oil totaling $1,105,650. That was on September 26, 2024. And that oil is used to treat the black Chateau disease that you see in plantain and bananas. So when you drive along the highway and you see the banana leaves that are looking brown and yellow, it is because there is a fungus that actually attacks the leaves, and the oil is what we've been using for many years to control it. For the last 16 years, the Banana Management Unit has been importing the oil from the US, but this is the first time that such has happened. It usually takes, from the date that you place the order to arrival of the oil, 6 weeks. But as I said, since September, we've made the request, and the oil, unfortunately, has not arrived. And the indication was that there were problems on the ports in the US, and there were problems with the boats and so on, and that caused an unfortunate, unexpected delay in getting the oil. As minister, I immediately called the Minister of Agriculture in St. Vincent, who had some oil in storage. And as a result, we were able to get 1,500 gallons of that oil into St. Lucia on Saturday last week. And as of yesterday, all the oil was delivered to the farmers free of charge. But I want to say to all the farmers of St. Lucia who were affected, it is a very unfortunate situation. It is not one that any one of us would anticipate would happen. And we know and we understand how it can impact their income. We are hoping that the 12 containers will arrive in St. Lucia on Sunday. And if it does, and when it does, the entire 12 containers of oil will be given to farmers free of charge. Free of charge. Je voulais dire that problem là nous expérience ça fait l'huile là qui te affecté ces femmes banane, femmes figue. That c'est un bagage nous pas anticiper qui te fait. Nous savons manière il affecte income because ça pas bail ou voulez ouais côté nous ba tellement support mais là il venu pour vendre figue là ou tenir pour couper figue là because il a mis les pieds. Moi savent ça a affecté l'argent de gain tous les semaines. Mais je voulais dire que l'année 12 containers, l'huile qui a tout en pays tout de suite, et toute seule l'huile, nous avons bail pharma Saint Lucia, toutes ces l'huile ça là, free of charge. Mais je voulais aussi dire that moi content, moi c'est part of a cabinet qui a chaque monde qui a expérience. And I'm happy that we all work together to deal with the problems whenever they surface. And I want to call on on the farmers to let them know that we are concerned. It's a government that is concerned about our people. And I'm already in discussion with the Prime Minister, the Minister of Finance, to see what can be done. I will not do like Sean to give any indication because I'm not the Prime Minister. But I'm already in discussion with the Prime Minister to see what can be done to assist our farmers. So I want to thank you, but before leaving, I want to call on our constituents to understand that everything will not be done in 3.5 years or 5 years. I want you to work with me as your rep because you know a lot of the things that needs to be done cannot be done in 5 years, but I'm very happy that as part of this government, we have done a lot to make the lives of the people in Denry South better. I cannot do it alone. I need your support. And if we have to continue to remain in office as a government, I would like you to just understand, work with me, that you cannot get everything you want the same day. I wish I had the money or the CDP to give everybody in Denry who came for a contract, but it's just not possible. And so I want you to just bear with me. Let's work together, and we will get to that point where we need to get as a government, as a constituency, and to ensure that we remain in office as long as possible. I want to thank you for your presence here today, and I want to thank the Prime Minister and the Cabinet colleagues for all your support throughout the years to ensure that our party continue to deliver on its promises. I thank you.
Thank you very much, Parliamentary Representative for Dennery South. Come on, comrades. I think he deserves another round of applause. A hardworking Minister for Agriculture. No matter what they say, as you can see, he keeps on smiling and he gets the job done. I also noticed somebody very special in the crowd. I see that person came to a Labour Party meeting with a Team RF shirt. And he was one of the founding members of the United Workers' Party Youth Organization. But let me tell you, when you see a government is working, you have to do some introspection and ask yourself, am I on the right side? And I want to say a special good evening to former Deputy Mayor Tandy Flood. Tandy, are you here? He came in for a few days from St. Kitts, and he's here with us. Former founding member of the United Workers' Party Youth Organization is here on the labor train to victory. Welcome, comrade. Now, let me tell you, I always get goosebumps to do what I am about to do. And I always have that privilege. God has blessed me with that privilege to call to the mic our next speaker, our Six-Star General, the man from the East, the Prime Minister of Saint Lucia, political leader of the Saint Lucia Labour Party, Parliamentary Representative for Castries East. Comrades, put your hands together for Honorable Phillip Joseph Pierre.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Let me recognize the members of the cabinet and the executive of the Saint Lucia Labour Party, all my colleagues, the Deputy Prime Minister, the Minister, the Second Deputy, the Chairman, and the man of the moment, Alfred, Starbatch, Prospere. Comrades, good night. Now I call you comrades deliberately. I want to say it again. Comrades, good night.
You know why I've called you comrades? Because there are people, because we love you as comrades, that call you dogs and pigs. You must not forget them. You are our comrades. We put you first. You are comrades that we put first. But they believe because you decided that you would get them out of government after they had called you before dogs, they still come back and call you dogs and pigs. You must not forget that. Because what they want you to do is to forget them. To forget that they were in government for 5 years between 2016 and 2021. But they were in government before that. They were in government before that. They want you to forget all of that and pretend as if they are born again. They come without sin. They come clear and pure. They come to you and say to you, we woulda, we shoulda, we woulda, we woulda. If we were there, we had plans to do it. That would have happened. But you know what we tell you? We do it, we will do it, and we are doing it. And that is why next month we are going to begin work on the Denry Multipurpose Center. We not woulda do it. We not coulda do it. We are going to do it. And that is why next week, we are going to extend the Grosile or the Martin Didier Polyclinic in Vieux-Fort next week. We not woulda, we not coulda, we are doing it in Grosile. And before the year is over, we are going to put the 5th wing on the OKEU hospital. We not woulda do it. We not coulda do it. We not shoulda do it. We are doing it. And I challenge them. Anyone, I challenge them. Any aspect of development in this country, we have done better than them. Anyone. And I starting where they believe they're strong. We starting with health. We starting with crime. We starting with all that. And I want you to think about it. I want you to remember where we were in July 2021 and where we are now. Anywhere. And brothers and sisters, I also want to debate where they think they had us on CIP. You mean to tell me people who want to run this country would join with people from abroad to destroy your country? To destroy your country because the people voted you out? You want to tell me? And when I said that, they got crazy. Because you know, they get crazy when I speak the truth. But I always tell them, fact check me. Corresponding banking, such an important thing. You mean to tell me you want to join with people from abroad to a affect St. Lucia's corresponding banking, so you will not be able to use your credit card? You mean tell me a man with a conscience who says that he wants to govern St. Lucia would interfere and would try to make St. Lucia lose that status? The people of St. Lucia must never forget that. And no matter what they do, I will never let them forget it. And look at the calumny. Look at the lies. Look at the destruction. Look at what they put people through. Look at what they put people's children through. Look at what they put Hile through. Look at what they did. My sisters and my brothers, you can win elections without doing that. You have to win elections by showing people not what you woulda do, not what you coulda do, not what you shoulda do, but what you did. And in every aspect of life in St. Lucia, the Labour Party has delivered. And we are proud and we are confident that the people of St. Lucia will realize that, and when the time comes, they will return us to government with all 17 seats. And we are proud. I'm proud of these men and women. I'm proud of them. Because as I said, we have done better in every aspect of life in this country under Labour. I defy them to say one place where they did better than us in terms of improving the lives of the people of St. Lucia. Let's talk about crime. You know, they believe when they say these things, they'll stop us, they'll frighten us, they'll make us run away, we'll go in a corner. We're talking about crime. Let's talk about crime. We're talking about crime. We're talking about crime. And we're going back, way back into time. Who built the most police stations in St. Lucia? Who recruited the most policemen in St. Lucia? Who trained the most policemen in St. Lucia? And that has not stopped. In November, we put 79 police recruits in the road. They have already started recruiting another 80 police. And by the end of this year, we will have 160 new policemen on the roads in St. Lucia. That is a fact. That's a fact. Let's talk about crime. Let's talk about crime. When you mashed up, when you put a tractor in the custody suites, you know what you were doing? You were saying to the police, when they detain people, they have nowhere to put them. When I said so, they try, as usual, try and deflect, move here, there. Never sticking to the point. When they destroyed the custody suites, the police had nowhere to put people when they detained them. They bring them to my constituency in Marshall, Poor Marshall. Pack up, nowhere to put them. They bring them to Ansteray, pack up, nowhere to put them. They bring them to Grosile, pack up, nowhere to put them. They put them to Babono, nowhere to put them. They brought them as far as Richmond, nowhere to put them. You know what they did? They bring the fellas for a line and drop them. That's a fact. It's sad, but it's true. They had the fellas for a ride. You understand? Bring them for a ride, make a wrong in them. The fellas in the air condition, the fellas laughing. calling the panel, coming, boy, I have a ride, taking a ride with the police. That's what they used to do, you know. Hey, I check you, where you are? I have a ride with the police. Fellas are just, fellas just trying to break people out, you know. They arrest them, but they're taking a ride with the police. Because they have nowhere to put them. Because they mash up the custody suites. I'm putting it to you that before the budget this year, we are going to reopen the custody suite in Saint Lucia. It's not shoulda, it's not woulda, it's not coulda. We are doing it. Crime. Let's talk about crime. We want to talk about crime. We want to talk about crime. But I'll tell you something. Saint Lucia, in terms of taking measures, both punitive and social, has done more than the last government did to combat crime in this country. And we can prove it by facts. Crime is not something we're happy about. All countries in the region, and that's no excuse, but that's a fact. Prime ministers have met twice, once in Ghana and once in Trinidad. In fact, thrice. I did not go to the one in one of them. To talk about crime. All prime ministers, Trinidad, as we speak, has a state of emergency. Jamaica has a state of emergency all year long. In different parishes, there's a state of emergency. St. Kitts, St. Vincent, everywhere in the region, there's a cry. Prime ministers don't sleep because of crime. But what do? They encourage. And I say it without any fear or favor. Attack me on Facebook. When something happens, as far as crime is concerned, the opposition is happy. They celebrate it. Because, look at that. Look. Example. Now you see that in a town hall meetings, I'll cool out. Last week Sunday, two fellas fight in Viewfort. He's a Facebook fella, he can show it to me now. Two fellas fight in Viewfort. You know what these guys do? Same Sunday, Pierre, Moses, Jeremiah, Frederick must go. They book Kagume. Oh, they shoot a man in a supermarket, a man die in a supermarket, all over UWP. They wish that was true. Two fellas are just fighting. That's a fact. So you will tell me you would rejoice if somebody had died in the supermarket? But no, it's a time to attack Pierre. So Pierre must go. Moi qui vais mon la goumen en supermarket là. And comrades, it hurts me. Because I see how the men and women in the cabinet sit down. And I feel their pain about crime in this country. From the Castries Basin, I suffer. Castries South, Castries North. But all the naysayers, they do not bring one solution, not one. They do not bring one solution to the table. And I have said to them, I will do anything legally to bring down the rate of crime in St. Lucia, particularly murders. I will do anything. I will work with anybody. We are ready to work to bring down the rate of crime, particularly murders in this country. Health. You heard the minister. Give the minister a round of applause. Because what this minister is doing for health, the task he has. You have relatives in the U.S. You know the cost of healthcare. You know the cost of healthcare. You have relatives in the U.S. You know how much they pay for healthcare. You know that. But this minister can tell you that 25,000 people get some aspect of healthcare in Saint Lucia free. And what they do? Health and security levy, health and security levy. The same man who went to Trinidad. Anyway, Rowley called him what you call him already, that alone. Health and security levy. I'll say it again. The health and security levy will bring in Saint Lucia between $36 and $38 million. The cost of running OKEU alone, the last set of documents they sent me, because it's budget time now, is $100 million for OKEU hospital alone. Last financial year, we spent 62 and 15, about 77 and 5, about $82 million on OKEU. We have to look for another $20 million to spend on OKEU alone. Alone. And you talk about health and security levy. They will never tell you where they will get the money to fund healthcare in Saint Lucia. Talk about insurance. Musa says in the Ministry of Health, il parle yon morceau papier qui a parlé rien about health insurance. But they coulda and they woulda, coulda do health insurance. You were there. Don't let people forget you were there. They want you to forget they were in government. They want you to forget it. You must not forget it. They were in government. They run this country. They were in the Ministry of Finance. We have had 4 years of economic growth in this country. 4 years. And still for that, the benefits we have given the people of Saint Lucia. And we do not say it. We reduced the taxes that you pay because the threshold was increased. And we have forgotten, for the first time in St. Lucia's history, we gave every public officer, including pensioners, a bonus for Christmas. Tell them, put it in the pipe on. Sorry, I in the tunnel. We didn't give it only to UWPs or PLPs or NEPs. We gave it to everybody. That is what our government is about. And you hear the Minister of Agriculture. You heard the concern in his voice about the plight of banana farmers. You heard him. You heard the sincerity. You heard the deep concern in his voice. He didn't tell the farmers he'll ship bananas to France. He didn't say he has signed the document to send bananas to France. He comes and he admits that there's an issue. He tried, but there's an issue. So, Minister, even though it means interfering in the CDP, we are going to give some relief to the banana farmers of this country. So, we are in the month of January. Now I want you to fact check me and call me out. We are in the month of January. If the Minister of Agriculture can bring to the Minister of Finance a reasonable case for compensation of farmers who lost their crops because of black ciguatera, we will give them some relief before the end of March. And we want to bring them right here on a Friday to give them that relief. Right here on a Friday. The same way, next week, the Minister of Education will give to the preschool teachers help in subsidies to pay the school fees of the children going to preschool. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. And I don't know where he's going to do it, but we're going to do it. We're going to do it. We're not would I do it. We're not should I do it. We're not could I do it. We are going to do it. Tell you something. They also believe they have us on cost of living. Cost of living, cost of living, cost of living. Cost of living, cost of living. You are addressing the nation. Phillip J. Ma connaît tout. Ou pas aimer moi? Ou dit Massa Prime Minister? Ma que non? Ma caille que non? Ou ka adresser tout le pays? Phillip Pierre, Phillip Pierre. You know the problem with Phillip Pierre? Phillip J. Pierre loves the people of Labour and the people of Saint Lucia. That's the problem. That's the problem. That's the problem. So, cost of living, cost of living. My sisters and my brothers, think about it. Think about it. Everywhere in the world, people complain about the cost of living. I agree. I agree. The cost of living, some of the costs of goods and services, especially food in the supermarket, they have risen. I agree. I empathize with the housewife and the people who have to go to the supermarket to buy goods. But tell me something. Tell me something. Have you ever seen Saint Lucia produce rice or flour? Have you ever seen Saint Lucia produce cheese? Does Saint Lucia produce baby food? So all these things, we have to import it. All these things, we have to get it from abroad. We do not control the price of these things abroad. We have taken off VAT. We've taken off service charge. With all the charges that we put in St. Lucia on these goods, we have taken it out. We have given over $26 million of subsidies for these goods to bring down the price. But they still blame us. They still blame us. But they cannot tell you what they would do to bring down the cost of goods in the supermarket. You know what we did? And you know, the Labour Party has done many things. But there are some things that are close to my heart and close to the heart of my colleagues. And you know, I speak to these men all the time, and I know how they feel. It's not a group of people who laugh in front of the camera, and when they tell me they cry. Laugh and cry. Cry and laugh. Cry on demand. cry on demand. We do something. We do something. You mean to tell me you like people so much? I feel the pain. Phillip J and his bunch. And you have 3,500 people getting from NIC less than $300 a month. Less than that. And you see, comrades, and I call you comrades deliberately, comrades. Yes, I like you. Answer me, yes, comrade. I want you to say, yes, comrade. Getting less than $300 a month. We did not announce it before we could do it, because that's how we are. That's what it says. That's how we are. We can't help it. We understand the plight of people. We understand it. We didn't just reach and believe that our Father left Saint Lucia for us. That's not how we are. And I'm proud to say that we are different. We feel the pain of ordinary and regular Saint Lucians. So what did we do? We went to the NIC and we made them prepare an analysis for us. And we asked them, how much can you increase these pensions by? And we increased it to a minimum of $500 for every pensioner in St. Lucia. And we are proud of that. We're proud of it. 3,500 people. We improved the quality of life. We did not coulda do it. We did not shoulda do it. We did it. We increased the quality of life. Because we know that when they went to the supermarket, the price of things there were high for them. Pensioners, government pensioners, some of them, I know some teachers, their pension, $500. People have worked, policemen, here all in a sudden now, they're getting away talking about they love policemen. And when I tell them my father was a policeman, and the speaker father too, they just get vexed. How you can tell me about policemen when my father was one? How you can tell me about it? How you can tell me about teachers when my mother was one? So I can tell you about it because I go to school on teachers and policemen money. You understand? But they vex when I say that. Anytime I speak the truth, they vex. Because they can't find me saying lies. So what did we do? We increased the pensions of these people. So no teacher, no policeman, no nurse, no doctor will get less than $750 per month pension. And we're looking to increase it further. Vaughn. And we're looking to increase it further. Because I know some friends of mine take credit on that already. And that is why when we gave bonuses, we didn't leave pensioners out. We included pensioners. And you know who get pension, who get $500 more. And they take it too, you know. I will tell you, guess. He take it. Give it on. Say you don't want it to. Ou ka point tout. Ou point. Dou pa vle, ou point. Ou di pa ase, ou ka point. Because ou vle. So ou ka kwene moun Kadio, that's not enough. That's not enough. Moi tan ite ekjan. You can parler, you know. Yo tan metan idi. I will say, I will give more. You di gasa party sa, do not say that. Because if you say that, you know, you have 2 seats. If you say that, you might lose 3. So my brothers and my sisters, this is just the beginning. Because they thought we were dead. You you fenu by you. Every night, Phillip J, Pierre, every night, 3 times talk show, all kind of things, man. They're on our case. But you know what? We were working. We were working. We were working. And now, if they get me vexed, I can call it now, you know. Si c'est non mon nom. Maintenant, you swear. Because our party is having a town hall meeting. C'est pourquoi we emergency meeting. Emergency meeting, everybody in a hurry. You want me to call it? The next town hall meeting is 2 weeks' time. So my sisters and my brothers, I really want to thank the people of Saint Lucia. Because you have stood up, and what blew their mind was the work of progress. And I may probably give the General Secretary an instruction tonight. On the 2nd of March, we're going to Ansteri. I want all of you to come to Ansteri. Because, you know, we have to secure that victory for the people of Saint Lucia. We have to. And my sisters, my brothers, this election, you're going to hear the nastiest things from the opposition. Because they have no issues. They cannot deal with education. And as I said, every aspect in the investment portfolio of this country. I was talking to Hilaire a few minutes ago. And imagine Saint Lucia with 2,000 new hotel rooms in the next 3 years. 2,000. 2,000 new hotel rooms. Every new hotel that was built in Saint Lucia from 1997 was built was signed under the Saint Lucia Labour Party. And CIP, they wanted to destroy CIP. They wanted you to lose the gains of CIP. They wanted you to lose it. So they join it for everybody they can. Bring me in it. Poor me. And my brothers and sisters, I want you to give Hilaire a round of applause. Because for a man to have to go through what he went through over the last year or so, you only have to have a special kind of commitment to people to take that. And I want to thank the men and women in the cabinet. Musa, what he's going through for health. All of them, individually and collectively, what they are going through for health. I understand my backlash. My backlash. So when a man fight with his wife in Vieux-Fort, I do it. When a man wife leave him, I do it. When a man decide he want to break somebody's house, I do it. When a man decide he want to take a gun and shoot somebody, I do it. So I take it. But I take it for you. I'm taking it for you because I believe in you. Because I love you. Because I know when the time comes, as the people of Castries East always do, you will return the Saint Lucia Labour Party to power. And these days, the focus is on Castries East. I understand that they have nylon bag giving thing in Castries South. In Castries East, they had a few baskets on Facebook. I mean, comrades, if you are doing things for people, you want to go on Facebook and say you give people a little plastic bag of food? You understand? You understand? So, in Castries East, the focus is on Castries East. But if they believe that I, Phillip Joseph Pierre, will ever desert the people of Castries East for any Johnny come lately, or anybody that have their personal vendetta, people who hate people have hated me all my life. If they think I will desert the people of Castries East for that, tell them never. I will never desert the people of Castries East. Never. And when the time comes, shall I tell you something? I used to give them 1,500 votes. No, I used to give them 1,005. They might have get 2, but I used to give them 1,005. You see this time? Forget it. Good night, my brothers and sisters.
Let me tell you, comrades, I know the Prime Minister had so much more to give you, but let's give him a round of applause. Best Prime Minister. Somebody say arguably, but we're not arguing tonight. Best Prime Minister. And we want to thank you, Honorable Phillip J. Pierre, for what you have done for the people of Saint Lucia. Let me tell you, I'm not that young, I'm not that old, but I never see it so. And I know that there are many of you standing here, sitting here, watching on the live who can attest to the good things that this Prime Minister has been able to do for the people of Saint Lucia. A man who cares, leading a government that cares. And we want to remind you that our next town hall meeting is in the best constituency, Castries South East. Let me tell you all, we're ready. I won't say too much, but let me tell you all something. Y'all are invited to Odsa on Tuesday, 4th February at 6:30 p.m. We're starting on time. Tuesday, 4th February. Yes, I see people putting on their phones because they will need to mark their calendars. We're going to Castries Southeast. We made history there and we'll make history again. And following that, we have a grand national public meeting in the constituency of Ancillary. Ancillary, we're coming for you. We're coming on Sunday, 2nd March, and we will start at 4 p.m. We're coming early. I won't tell you exactly where, but I think, no, we'll make sure you tune into the Saint Lucia Labour Party's Facebook page. Tune into the real issues on every weekday at 12:30. You'll learn more. At this moment, we are going to take your questions. We have some of our cabinet ministers here. I know a lot of you may have questions. The mic is in the center. We are asking that you kindly be brief, state your question, and we will do our very best to respond. If there's anyone who has questions, this is our first our first town hall meeting. We are in Dennery South. If you have any questions for your political leader, for members of the Saint Lucia Labour Party, or the parliamentary rep for Denry South, we ask that you come to the mic. Okay, we have someone. Go ahead, sir.
Mic check. Good night. Mr. Prime Minister, I just want to ask you, are we going to have a ginger ale tonight?
And a shandy.
Good night to all.
Good
Mr.
night.
Prime Minister, during your campaign, you spoke a lot about corruption. After the election, your party has appointed a team or prosecutor, I don't know how many. But what St. Lucians are asking, when will we be able to see the work of that prosecutor? We want to know, because failing, if nothing has been done, I mean, it will just be politics as usual. We want to know what is going on. Thank you.
Yes, we have appointed a special prosecutor, but we are a government of law and order. We have appointed a special prosecutor and he's doing his work. Well, I understand that, but we are a government of law and order. We await the special prosecutor to do the job that he has to do. But without a special prosecutor, you know what happened? You know what happened? But we are a government of law and order. We do not believe in victimization. We do not believe in vindictiveness. We believe in going through the process. We have appointed a special prosecutor, and the public, you the public, can make reports to the special prosecutor, you know. All of you here who say, and you have examples of improper behavior, you can go to the special prosecutor yourself and give evidence. And he'll investigate it. There are some people who went already. You understand? So I want you to understand that we are waiting for the special prosecutor to do his job, because we are a government that believes in process and a government that believes in law and order.
Looking at the Labour Party today, they are doing a perfect job. I live in the UK and I follow my Prime Minister very well, and he's doing a perfect job. Some lies, they said, oh, the roads are so bad, the roads are this, the roads are... They're just telling stories. You are doing a perfect job, Prime Minister. Keep on the good work, keep on the strength, and I'm there with you fully to campaign. St. Lucia belongs to St. Lucians. This took me, I was in England where I was really suffering. I cried and I said, I have a home to go to. I did a survey on the plane. Honorable Ernest Ile, you're doing a very good job. Every white person, they are coming down to Saint Lucia, and the plane was going to Guyana, and nearly all of the tourists on there was coming to Saint Lucia. The people that doesn't want to work and want to depend on the government just for hands out, lay their eye to our eye, and let's make a better Saint Lucia. I love my island, and I will always defend my island. Thank you.
Thank you, sister. Thank you.
Mr.
Do we
Prime
have
Minister,
other persons who... Okay, go ahead, sir.
Mr. Prime Minister, if I recall, or if might say, during the purchase of that vaccine, I did think the people who are involved in that did break the procurement law. Would you agree to that?
Nous sommes des avocats.
But to me, Mr. Prime Minister, that is a clear case for the prosecutor to investigate.
Well, my brother, tomorrow, if the special prosecutor doesn't know that, you can go and make your report.
Hello, bonsoir tout le monde. Right Honorable Phillip J. Pierre, how you doing? Mais où est-ce que c'est que vous avez? Bon, on se voit ces jours pour tout le monde mettre les yeux à ce ministre qui a une responsabilité pour FIC banane. Parce que pour le présentement, l'opposition a dit, il a blâmé Phillip J. Pierre, le Prime Minister, aussi, ministre là qui est responsable pour FIG en Saint Lucia, côté de qualité microbe, disease, qu'a détruit FIG. Bon, moi, après, si vous voyez ici, il y a qui est anglais, mais Charles Créole, faut que vous ne parlez pas anglais. Bon, question pour M. le chef ministre. Où que le chef ministre pour payer Saint Lucia? Et puis, en compagnie de mon cadeau qui fait bien, en compagnie fait bien. Tous les jours, quand le bassin prend l'eau, on est obligé de rester. Même qui prend l'eau, quand on va à force de gratter, pour la gratter, il fait des ongles. Mais non, regardez-moi ça pour faire. Mike là ouvert, où va y venir? Bon, Dr. Phillip J. Pierre, position c'est ça. Ça, moi, ouais, à ce téléphone, moi, côté un homme, ni un speaker, il a annoncé la mort, Labour Party. Mais moi-même, quand on va dire, moi, et puis on travail, Labour Party café, je dis, moi, c'est flambeau, mais je passe à moi aller derrière la colonne à vote. Je sais que moi, ça, je plaît. Mais avant de me pour, je dis merci pour M. Joaquin. Juste pour le chien, il mon cher à vous. Bon, les autres là, nous avons pour ça. Nous avons dit merci pour le ministre du Tourisme, Dr. Onesile. Moi, ça, c'est le docteur, aussi. Et maintenant, c'est Onesile. Parce que le dernier vol là qui passe, c'est mon éditeur de satisfait. Et puis, mon Jean sais c'était traité. Moi, presque 3 douzaines, 20 personnes qui étaient payés. Nous avons dit bravo pour ça. Question pour M. le chef ministre. Honorable Phillip J. Pierre. Position, c'est ça. Est-ce qu'on est l'idée sous créer élection? L'autre. Qui position? Qui position à tout ça? Deuxième question. Moi, quand il m'a dit, combien d'argent au pays Saint Lucia cadré pour ça nous attendre? Parce que parole en bouche, pas toutes. Vous comprenez comment? Parce que moi, je n'ai plus question pour répondre, mais en allez.
All right. Pays. Parlez about combien l'argent. All right, let me answer him. Let me answer him, please. I will answer you first in English and then in patois. God help me, I can speak both.
Okay, we can go bilingual, no problem.
All right, let me tell you in English first. This government, our government, has passed legislation to make the debt the country owes a public document. a public document. They were to do that from since the United Workers' Party was to do that. All right. The United Workers' Party was supposed to do that from since they were in government. We publish the public debt of this country in a public document for everybody to see. So we have nothing to hide about public debt. Nothing to hide. The public debt of this country is between $4.9 and $5 billion. Billion dollars, as I said. And that increase in the public debt is commensurate with increases we've had from 2022 when we began to manage the economy of this country. So that's not a secret. We're not hiding it. Our debt to GDP ratio is, after the calculations are done, about 76 or 75%, around there. Yeah, we have to get the final figures. But there has been no rebasing of our GDP. All right? So, temedou ça en patois. Gouvernement Labour, c'est gouvernement qui fait papier national debt a public document pour tout le monde en cette ici et tout le monde en la terre pour eux. Nous pas qu'à serrer ça. Avant on attendre, yon mon ka dit ici si, on ka dit ici ça. We say here is the document and this is the public debt. That's what we borrow for, ça nous prête pour et ça nous fait là. Et comment l'intérêt nous ka payer. Mais n'a don't buy. This government nous ka payer tout interest. L'intérêt en dette yo, nous ka payer avec l'argent nous. Nous pas qu'à prêter l'argent to pay interest. I'll say it in English, because there are some of them that say, some of them not that say. Let me pull back. Some of them are economists. Now I'm a politician. Some of them are economists. Saint Lucia for the last 2 years has had a primary surplus. That means that we pay our debt from our income. When they were there, they borrowed to pay their debt. That's a fact. So all the economists can come on Facebook tomorrow and say that's not true. And this year, we are going to have another primary surplus. But our overall deficit this year, the prudential limits for deficits are ought not to be more than 4%. Last year, we were way below 4%. This year, we are still working out the figures. But I believe that our overall deficit will not be beyond prudential limits. But our goal is to reduce our overall deficit, and hopefully we can get a balanced budget in the not too distant future. That is our goal. Now the next question is about agriculture. The Minister of Agriculture, he came to you. Listen, comrades. Comrades. Comrades, let me answer Charles' question. Charles has been in journalism for a long while. You remember Charles? Charles used to be Charles Po. So I don't want you. Charles is a guy who is dedicated to the work of journalism. So let Charles ask his question. Charles loves journalism. Charles loves questions. But Charles, let me answer you. Farmers, the minister told you that he had ordered oil for the farmers from July. But are you hearing what's happening on the Panama Canal? And what is a fact is that you can check these things. In the Panama Canal now, the President of the United States says that he may want to take over the Panama Canal. That's how important the Panama Canal is. So possibly, there are problems in shipping. That is why the oil did not come on time. Not because the ministry didn't order it, because there are problems of shipping. So we apologize to the farmers. We feel the farmers' pain. We understand their conflict. We understand the peril that they experience because of that. And I have said that once the ministry can give me the figures, the same way, because we've done it already. When the farmers lost their export to the region because there were no boxes. Not our fault, not his fault. We compensated the farmers. That's how we are. So I want to say to the farmers, don't let anybody use you. The same people that tell you they will send bananas to France. They're back again. They're back again. The same people that told you that they would have a kind of farming in Saint Lucia where this and that, all kind of nonsense. They're back again. They're back again. We, before the end of March, once we can get the figures, we are going to give some compensation to the farmers of Saint Lucia.
Good night, Denry South. Good night, head table. Of course, I stand here as a proud Viewfortian, and my question relates to Viewfort South. My biggest pain from 2016 has been that DSH vibe. And Mr. Prime Minister, I need you to tell us, sir, are we going to get our lands back? What is the status of DSH? And the second question is, we know that we were deprived of any kind of roadworks because back then the Prime Minister had to punish Dr. Anthony and he didn't know he was punishing us. So we were deprived of roadworks. Granted, the Lauritius Road is being slowly turned into carpet. I just want to know, when is the rest of Viewfort roads going to be turned into carpet? I thank you.
Thank you, comrade sister. I see we have one more question, and we will invite our Minister for Investment to make a comment on this.
Good night, everyone. I am from Denry South. So my question tonight is, I would like to know if there is any plan in the near future to develop a housing scheme in Dennery, because we are in need of houses in Dennery South. So whoever is responsible, I'm waiting for an answer. Please and thanks.
Hello, good night, good night, good night, good night. Thank you very much. Good night, Denry South, and good night to the Labour family. I think the question which was asked had to do with DSH. And we've not said much. We've not gone in public revealing the legal issues that have gone on behind the scenes. DSH served a notice to us, if a notice to what they call to go to arbitration, that they felt they wanted to go to an arbitration to see whether or not the governor of Saint Lucia was responsible for preventing the DSH project from going ahead. And we responded and indicated to them that whenever they're ready, they can proceed, and we will respond accordingly. We had one meeting with them on the matter. They asked us to pay them compensation. Of course, we told them we were not interested in doing that, and that they should proceed to arbitration, and we'll deal with the matter then. We've not heard from them since then. We've not heard from them. And we are waiting to see what they will do next. We have gotten legal advice as to what we can do. The fact that they've served a notice, we cannot immediately proceed to terminate the agreement on them. We cannot do it. We have to make sure we give them all the opportunity to go to arbitration. But I think you can suspect what they're doing. They're probably waiting to see what will happen. But whenever they're ready, we are ready. We have our lawyers on standby. We've done all our preparation, and we're ready to defend Saint Lucia whenever they decide to go to arbitration or go to court. So that's where we are.
Thank you, Dr. Haley. We have a question for the parliamentary rep, and we have our last question. Go ahead, sir, and then we will address the final two questions.
I would say good night to everybody tonight that's sitting. Good night to the Prime Minister, Honorable Phillip J. Pierre, which I really wanted to meet so much. And I love you so much, Mr. Pierre, you don't even know. You don't even know. Mostly everybody inside there know me as Atomic. My name is Lucas Jules, but my AK Atomic. Mr. Edward, I want to give you well thanks. You have been working very, very hard in our constituency. Although I wasn't a Labour supporter, I was a UWP supporter. But when I see the miserable way Alan Chasney had bring our country, I decide, no, I'm not a fool anymore. And many people may think I just come in on a joke level. My people, I'm not joking. I'm very, very serious. I never been a Labour in my life. I used to be Flabo, be on campaign, be on platform for them. I'm serious. Many people know me. People from the valley know me. I used to be on platform for Flabo. But not knowing I was in that shit, I could not smell it when you were in it. Trust me. And what that inspired me, Mr. Pierre. Mr. Pierre, I love you so much, you don't even know. When you was in a position, you used to tell the Prime Minister, if you don't do the right thing, you will be the same place where we are today. I could remember that. Mr. Pierre, I love you. You're a great man. You have the people at heart. And we love you. We're going to support you fully and full-heartedly. And don't fear. God be with you. God be with you. And you will never fall as long as we choose and we live. Trust me. You're doing a wonderful job. And my people, I'm telling you, I'm a Flabo Tune. And Mr. Pierre, we have your back and we will have your back for as long as we live. God bless you. And Mr. Edward, you did a wonderful job. We could not see the significance of your work, but right now it's manifesting. Mr. Edward, you have transferred the valley. You are the best minister we ever had. God honest truth. And I believe you will be the best. I don't know which one will come after you. You understand? By your works, we will grow up other people, strong and vibrant. Keep on your good work, my brother. I have your back, Mr. Edward. I have your back. Atomic have your back. And no matter where I go, no matter what, and Mr. Pierre, I will support you fully and the Saint Lucia Labour Party. I want to tell you all, work together. Work together as a unit. And we, the supporters, it's a chain. No matter what the government do, if we don't connect with them, if we don't support them, we will fail. But let's work with them to take Saint Lucia in another level. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. Amazing. What a wonderful way to end our question segment. The Prime Minister will answer the question before, but I just want to announce that vehicle, comrades, vehicle number 4159, you are blocking traffic. The police is asking you to shift your vehicle, please. Vehicle 4159. Thank you.
Atomic, thank you very much, comrade. And welcome to a group of comrades. You know, a sister asked about housing scheme. You know, I just want you to understand what's the government's policy as far as housing is concerned. The government's policy as far as housing is concerned is to give you as an individual your choice. Your choice to build your house how you see fit within your means. Look at what we've done. Look at what we've done as far as housing is concerned. Number one, the Ministry of Housing has, for the PROD program, regularized a number of building spots for people to get at cheap rates to improve their houses. One. Two, we have removed the VAT on basic building materials to help you to improve on your house. Two. Three, we have removed stamp duty for any mortgage that is less than $400,000. You pay no duty. Three. Four, we have made available to the Saint Lucia Development Bank $20 million now. And as we speak, today, we are holding discussions with the Taiwanese for another $20 million US, holding discussions, but we have $20 million available in the Saint Lucia Development Bank for on-borrowing to you, that you pay no stamp duty on your mortgage. And if you are a civil servant, you get $1,000 free off your legal fees. So that is what this government is doing as far as housing is concerned. And we announced at the budget some more initiatives as far as housing is concerned. So don't let them confuse you with the Labour Party doing a housing scheme. That is just things meant to confuse you. But further, if you're talking about housing scheme, up in Babono, we have acquired acres of land, and in there, we're not doing it in a haphazard development. We put in roads, we put in water, we put in electricity to sell the land to these people so that they can build their houses. That is what we are doing as far as housing is concerned. So we're still going to get involved in building mass houses, but right now we are giving you an individual choice to improve the quality of your house and to get a house for yourself and your family. So that's it. I think we had a very good meeting tonight. I want you to give yourselves a round of applause for a very good meeting. You are a great audience. I feel, and I'm sure my colleagues feel, a new sense of purpose after this meeting tonight. Because we are seeing a full house and a full yard, and hundreds on Facebook and all forms of social media listening to us. That gives us strength. You are the ones who give us strength. You are the ones. You comrades who give us strength. And when we hear from fellas like, I'll call him now, Comrade Atomic. When we hear from him, it gives us more strength. Atomic, tout flambeau connaît porter you. Bring them home. Bring them home. Bring them to labor. Because we're not a party of coulda or shoulda or woulda. We are a party that do it. We are doing it. Thank you, brothers. See you. Good night.
Thank you, political leader. And thank you to everyone who joined us for our first ever Town Hall Tuesday, live in the constituency of Denry South. We want to say a special thank you to our host, Honorable Alfred Starbatch, Prospere, Minister for Agriculture, who did a fantastic job in breaking down what he has been up to in his constituency and ministry. We want to thank all of our parliamentary representatives. I see Honorable Wayne Gerard, we're coming to Ancillary, And I also see Jeremiah in the house. Straight from another constituency day, but they all had to make their presence felt in Dennery South. We're really happy to be part of Team Labour. We thank you so much, comrades, for joining us. Those of you out in the diaspora, we want to say a special good evening. And those of you who are with us traveling far or near, we hope that you get home safely. My name is Lisa Jawahir, and this has been our first edition of Town Hall Tuesday. Tune in for our next edition, where we will head to the constituency of Castries Southeast. Have a good night. Comrades, to my left, there are some refreshments. We did not want to leave you very